Hey guys, it's Kim here. Today we'll be making these wonderful chocolate chip cookies that I made over the holidays. Late upload, I know. What's special about them is they're filled with these gooey and melty chocolates and coconut flakes and almond bits.
Burning hot.
The first step is to take the butter and dice them up hazardly as shown in the video. If your butter is already softened, you can skip this step. I'm a terrible baker, I know, and I'm impatient, so I usually skip this step of softening my butter. So to fix that, I just chop the butter up beforehand. This step is necessary since it will help the sugar and butter blend together more easily. In a large bowl, add in the chopped butter. Add in the white sugar and brown sugar. Having two different types of sugar will give it a nice color and a better flavor. For the color of the brown sugar, I honestly just use whatever I have on hand. I usually take a wooden spoon to cream together the butter and sugar. You can use any kind of thickish spoon, but I recommend using something that will be comfortable in your hands because this step is the most intensive part of the recipe where I really start to sweat, mostly because you're blending together two ingredients that don't really naturally blend well together. It's kind of like a boy meeting a girl in a drama for the first time and they don't like each other, but after 30 episodes or so later they're in love. I've been binging on Korean dramas a lot lately. I'm sorry for that terrible example. You can also just use a mixer for these cookies, but honestly I feel like using mixers are overkill, that tends to make my cookies flat, so I like doing this by hand. If you overmix, you can end up with flat, sad, tasteless cookies. I'm gonna keep doing this until you see no butter bits. Add the egg and stir. Add the vanilla extract. And in another bowl, we'll be combining together the dry ingredients. Sometimes even cookie recipes get a little needy and require more than one bowl, I guess. Add in the flour, baking soda, and the salt. Whisk this together very well to get out all the clumps. If you don't have a whisk, you can just sift the ingredients together using a sifter. If you don't have a sifter, you can use a fork and vigorously whisk this all together with the fork. Add the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients and stir. Add in the coconut flakes and the chocolate chips. The key to having gooier chocolate chips is buying the right kind of chocolate chips. For years I've been using subpar chocolate chips without realizing the difference of spending like $1 more. But I recommend using these Ghirardelli chocolate chips where I found in Target. It honestly brings my chocolate chip cookies to a whole new level, and it's basically a lava cake in my cookie with these, and they do not disappoint. Take 1 cup of almonds and chop them up in like tiny bite-sized pieces. You could toast them inside the oven or on the pan for the extra flavor. I'm not doing it here because I'm lazy. And personally, I don't see much of a difference when I do so. You can use walnuts, pecans, it's all up to you. Add the nuts to the dough. Gently fold together the ingredients. This is the largest bowl I own, so everything is kind of overflowing and almonds are spilling all over the place. I like to use an ice cream scooper for whenever I make cookies. It might not be a big deal for some, but it's actually kind of nice having equally sized cookies that you can stack and put away easily when they're done. Also, having the same size to make sure all the cookies cook the same and more evenly and consistently. It's also nice that you can easily release the cookie dough with a squeeze. I bought my cookie dough scooper from Daiso if anyone is interested. Make sure you have the squeezing mechanism to take the dough out because it's honestly the whole point of the device. It should be obvious by now, but please use parchment paper. I grew up using foil my whole life almost and oiling it down for my cookies. But all it does is create a literal death trap for your cookies and they get stuck. You can get parchment paper literally anywhere, Amazon, Dollar Tree, grocery stores. It's like literally right next to the foil. All you do is lay it flat on a half sheet pan, place the cookie doughs, and bake. No oil required, so you're being healthy now basically. How long you bake your cookies depends on how big the cookies were. To test the doneness, you can't just stick a toothpick to tell, unfortunately, but the way I tell is by staring at the edges of the cookies. If you see like a brownish halo around it, that means the bottoms are brown. You can also check by gently lifting it up with the spatula to check if it's done as well. Don't worry if it doesn't feel set and the center doesn't look completely done, or if it's pale compared to the edges. If it's cooked on the bottom, you're kind of basically good. Also, cookies has this thing called carryover method, where it continues to cook once it's cooling on the pan. It's important to actually remove the cookies within a certain amount of time because the cookie can come out done when you take it out and perfectly cooked. But if you don't remove it from the pan, it will continue to cook on the pan and it will be hard and overcooked. I usually remove them right away within 5 minutes or so just by sliding the parchment paper off the cookies and onto a rack or a cutting board. It's a little bit tricky, but if you get over how terrifying this might be and the possibility of knocking over all your cookies, it'll be okay. But look how great the cookies came out. But remember to turn your cookies halfway through the cooking process so you get evenly cooked cookies. And there you have it, a nice chocolate chip cookie with a twist of coconut flakes and almonds. It was so good. I recommend this to everyone. This is my favorite cookie recipe so far. I hope you guys enjoyed the video so far. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to watch my previous video. I've been like streaming on Twitch every day so far. Be sure to check me out. I'm at KIMMMYCUPS at Twitch. Thank you and bye!